everyone, it's Moonlight Mason, and I have recorded this video a couple of times already, only because I felt like my energy was really low, and I don't want to bring you low. I don't want to bring you down. So I'm going to try and keep true to my videos. I'm going to try to keep this as positive as possible, and I would like to share with you some of my feelings and thoughts that I have been processing since the last time I made my last video on Trisha Paytas. I want to talk a little bit about how I've been feeling, what I've been thinking, how I've been considering my platform here on YouTube and what I'm doing and what you guys are feeling and listening to, and all of that, including mostly this video is about Trisha. What's new? Anyways, that's what I want to talk about, having something new to talk about. So if you'd like to listen and see where I'm going with this, keep watching. If you're new to my channel, do hit the like button, leave your comments below, and please do not leave me or anyone that I talk about or anyone any negative derogatory messages. They seem to be somewhat directed to me, and usually it's just, one loca. That's all, one stupid ass loca. She's made quite a few videos. One that I'm going to mention all of them, but the one I want to mention first is the awkward drive-through encounters, where Trisha talks about wanting to put out only positive energy. She keeps saying, I'm a good person. This is something that Trisha has been saying for many, many years. She says, I'm a good person. And that's starting to really get on my nerves, her saying that. Oh, I'm Puerto Rican, I like androgynous men. It's not something that I keep saying over and over and over again to either convince you or convince me. I don't need to say those words over and over again. And if I did, I think that would be something that needs to be looked at. So again, she said, I'm a good person. I'm so tired of hearing that from Trisha, that she's a good person, because what exactly does that mean? She's a good person to who? To her friends, to her family. Is she a good person because she buys them things? Because the truth is, it's really about, with Trisha, it's really about me, I. And if you watch a lot of her videos, that's all that it's about. And she's like, I don't talk about anyone else. And she was like, I wonder if it was the same video. The only way to be drama-free is don't take the bait. Trisha said that's what her therapist said. So first of all, we need to realize that when Trisha says, my therapist said blah, 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 that's based on the blah, 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 blah that Trisha told the therapist. Unless the therapist is watching all of her videos and knows her, unless that's happening, right, then his perception and his responses and the way he communicates with her is based on what she is telling him. Now in therapy, you do learn that their perception is their reality, which she mentioned. She's mentioning all this stuff, and God bless her if at 31 years old, she's finally learning some of these, laws of the universe, some of these universal truths, because it's better to learn earlier than later. And really, 31 years old, it's not that late. I mean, I've done some things way past 31 years old, and where I was saying things, or I did things where I didn't really know what I was doing, because I also didn't really have any role models or mentors or anyone that I could look up to until I really came into my own. And she hasn't come into her own yet, into her own 2 feet. So she is easily persuaded to, lean one way or lean the other way based on what other people say about her, based on other people's perception of her self-worth. She defines herself based on getting validation from others. And so when we think about it that way, that when she says, oh, well, my therapist said, yeah, that's based on what you told him. So as far as that line that she said, that her therapist said, don't, play into the bait. Well, she is the bait. She is the bait, and she's the one who's putting it out there. And she also said, she was really upset with people who said, where's your family? She's like acting like, how dare you talk about my family? You don't know my family. They can only do so much. And again, she's missing the point, like she did on Peter Mon's video, that everyone is expressing a concern for her, whether it comes, really positive and nice or it doesn't. Everyone who's commenting on her state of being is expressing a concern. So after that, I took some notes here, you guys. I don't want to, oh my God. The worst video I've ever seen, the most disgusting video that I've ever seen, ooh, she's getting a hot flash, is the pizza one. You know what? Okay. Listen, you guys, Trisha Paytas wants us to believe that she went through detox with opiates. And I'm telling you, either she is still on opiates. I'm not saying she never was on opiates. I'm not saying she never was. She tried meth, according to her, twice. And she has a story on her Patreon. Not that I'm one of her Patreon patrons. I'm not, but I just, you can go on there and just kind of read the titles. And I think it's $1, or I don't know what tier this is, where you can learn the 2 times that she did meth. And so she says, I did meth twice. After she did, I went through, these opiate withdrawals when she was allegedly in my perception. A lot of you have asked me, what do you really think about Trisha Paytas? Like, some people feel like I'm dancing, in the tulips or something on my tippy toes. And I think I've been pretty upfront and honest on how I think, but maybe I have been more like, just being respectful and trying to be kind, just in case it's true that she was going through opiate withdrawals. I don't believe that for a minute, that she was going through that at all, because of the fact that she, in subsequent videos, you hear the sound like she's still getting over a cold. And when you have the flu, you do get flu-like symptoms, which is nausea and vomiting and chills. But the biggest reason why I don't believe that she went through detox withdrawals is because most of the time, if you have a channel and you're going through something, you don't just, show or mention it once. She did another video that I kind of saw briefly today where she did talk about it just a little bit. But when she talked about it, she was like looking over here and she was looking over there. And then when she finished talking about it, she looked at you. I'm just saying, people who go through something like that talk about it like I'm talking to you right now, one-on-one, trying to help you and say, you know what, you guys, I went through this. You bring it up. You don't do what she does, which she's always done, which has always been her pattern, right? And move forward into these other things so happily, so gracefully, without any reflection, without any, whoa, I just went through this huge thing. I just went through this huge withdrawal. You don't do that if you actually go through something that big. That's a really big thing. And like she did go to rehab when she was 19 years old. I mentioned that before in another video. And that is true. She's still kind of talking about that and some of her experiences of going through that. But do you think that she will ever talk about the bloody tampon, the vampire in her house, the opiate withdrawal, the biggest one? You know what, you guys, the biggest one, oh my God, that she said, and then now she's making videos where the one that she showed Chris Harrison, girl, I'm just going all over the place. I'm not even going to what I got written down, but I just go on a roll. All right. The one which she said on Chris Harrison that had to do with Jason Nash, and she's like, she's talking about, why would I want someone who doesn't want me? And all of these things she said. Excuse me. I thought he cheated on you. I thought you said you made a clip and you said Jason Nash cheated on you 2 times. See, she's making this stuff up, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, she's making it up because she thinks that she's trying to reach really far up here, sideways, under, wherever she's trying to reach to get his attention. He doesn't care. He's moved on. He might care. I don't think that he doesn't care. I think he might care, but the poor guy. I mean, he's been accused of so much, and then she says, I'm not going to be mean, I'm going to be nice, I'm going to keep it positive, right? But she just said that Jason Nash cheated on her twice. And then there was that one time when Jason was doing, I believe it was a podcast or something, and it was a little muted, but he said something about that's why Trisha cheated. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I don't believe that Jason Nash cheated on her. He may have. What do I know? I don't know these people. But I'm telling you what I really think. Because a lot of you guys are saying, well, what do you really think? Well, I don't really think he cheated on her. I think she's making all this up for some sort of attention. Trying to get his attention. And I am willing to bet all of Trisha's money, see, I ain't talking about my money, all of Trisha's money, that if Jason Nash came back, if he came back and he said, Trisha, you know what, I've been thinking about it, girl, let's just go out and just hang out for a while, she would go, woo, her skirt would go, woo, can you see anything? No. Okay. I bet that she would actually jump at the chance to go back out with Jason. Oh, excuse me, I thought he cheated on you twice. Don't believe it. Okay, so then she's got this song's My Sorry. Oh, we talked about face smashing a deep dish pizza. I showed that to my brother. I just can't show it to anyone else. And he just, when he saw that video, he's like, yeah, something's really wrong with her. I mean, that video is something like watching, it's sad. It's really, really, there are no words. There are no words on how, I did watch the whole thing, God, because the second one was a deep dish. I did watch the whole thing, and it shows her true character. Who would do that? I'm going to tell you who would do that. Someone who wants attention would do it. It's almost like a cry for help, right? That's what I wrote on my video, a cry for help. But look, she keeps on going, trying on lingerie after a 40-pound weight loss. There again, this whole weight loss thing, a lot of people went after that channel for publishing that Trisha Paytas lost 37 pounds because that whole weight loss is a huge controversy, right? On how she lost the weight. Did she lose the weight taking the pills? Did she lose the weight on intermittent water fasting? Who knows? Did she lose the weight because she just stayed in bed with the flu, right? And she lost a lot of weight? Who knows? Okay, but it's not something to hold up like a model. So I'm sure these people, when they put up the video on her, or they wrote the article on her losing weight, they don't know the whole story. And that's the sad thing about social media or, what you read on the internet is that just because you see something, just because you read it on the internet, doesn't mean it's true. All right. So I don't know. Sometimes people don't care how you lost the weight. She also made a video. I'm going to be on Broadway this summer. Lord have mercy. She's nowhere near Broadway. All right. She's not going to be on Broadway this summer. You guys, it's her tour and it's off Broadway. Okay. But she continues. This is why I'm considering, I'm pondering, I want your input, okay? This is why I'm pondering not making any more Trisha Paytas videos. It's like I quit because it's not bringing me any joy in my life. I don't know if I'm helping you with clarification of this woman's shenanigans. If I am, please let me know, okay? Because when I get a negative comment, okay, even if it's one, all right, I do resort back to that ghetto child that was raised on the tracks in Oakland. I do resort, okay? And it really gets to me because you guys that put the negative comments out there saying, first of all, I get comments saying that I look like Trisha. Well, is that a bad thing? I don't think I look like Trisha at all, but some people think I look like Trisha, but they use that as if it's a bad thing. All right? They say I look like her sister. I sound like her mother. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Yo soy puertorriqueña. Yo no me parezco como ella. No, nor do I think like her. There is nothing about me that's like Trisha Paytas. Nothing at all. I shower every single day. Okay, so there's nothing about me like her. I forget where I was going with that, you guys. It's just that, you know, for me, it's getting a little frustrating. I need more positive comments on my channel to let me know that you guys are enjoying this type of content is what I need, all right? If you want me to continue to make these kinds of videos, I'm going to be on hired people to Photoshop me. You know, a lot of people hire people to Photoshop them. I wish I could hire people to Photoshop me for my Instagram. It's not a big deal. It's almost like, you know, all of Instagram is all fake. It's all people trying to look skinnier, trying to look prettier, doing all these things to alter their physical appearance of who they really are, which are people that look just like you. And just like me, like I'm real. I don't have any fillers. I do get them, but I don't have any fillers right now. And I would tell you if I had Botox, I have nothing on my face, okay? So I've had that too, where someone called my wig stupid. Almost said something bad. I gotta calm down. Okay, now she started what I talked about in therapy today. What I talked about in therapy today, her video, I think that's a good way for her to go. I think if she focused more on what she talked about in therapy and just sat down and talked to us like she does those videos where she sits down. I've been telling her this for freaking years, you guys. I have been telling Trisha, and she has watched my videos. I know that because she's included me in how many videos? Trisha has talked about me in 2 videos. Okay, one with Jason when they were going with all the drama channels, they had clips. I was in one of the clips, if you guys remember that. And she talked about me in a video with Peter Mon, but she's like, no, I don't want to mention her. But, you know, it was more of a positive thing. See, let me tell you something, Trisha Paytas. If you have a good heart, then why don't you help more people? Like, if you mentioned my name in a positive note, like you did on Peter Mon's video, this was, I don't know how, it was a long time ago though, like a year ago or something, I don't remember. That would be cool, right? First date with Keanu Reeves, we make out with that cardboard thing. I hate that. I hate videos like the pizza one, my first date with Keanu Reeves, all of this BS that feeds into her sickness. And many of you guys like them. Many of you guys, I turned the air off in my house. It's so hot here in LA, but I turned that air off to my house to film this video because then there would be a hum, but now I think with all the lights and stuff, I need to go back and turn it on. Talked about in therapy today, that's how her channel should go. She's talking about changing. She's going to be positive. So let's see what happens. Maybe what she needs to do is she needs to get rid of all the mukbangs and then trying Burger King's new mozzarella sticks. Weight loss. Chris Harrison weighs in on my breakup. Yeah, after you paid him $500, I could pay Chris Harrison $500. And you know, she's like, that's the video that I was talking about where she's like, oh, you know, I should, I know that's true, and, you know, I should just move on because he doesn't care about me. He's not listening to me, but let's see what Chris Harrison has. One day, if she's not smart with her money, which obviously she throws it around like water because in her mind, she feels it's still going to be coming in every month, and it probably does, you know, and that maybe she probably has lots of money. You can't read about, you know, what's Trisha Paytas worth, you know, how many millions of dollars. You don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know how much money she has in the bank. Like, I don't know how much money you have in the bank. You don't know how much I have in the bank. We just don't know. But this woman throws money around like crazy. Okay, so did I get through? I got through all of this. Okay, I am frustrated. I feel like my emotions and my concern for her viewers, you know, it's almost like being in a relationship and you're in a roller coaster. You get hopes and you really feel like, okay, you know, maybe this girl's coming through and that she's getting some kind of a message, and she's going to be better than she is, and she's going to grow, and, you know, hopefully we can continue to enjoy Trisha Paytas's content. But when she makes videos like the pizza one, like the mukbangs, like, you know, Jason Nash cheated on me, all of these things, I just want you guys to know that contributes to her mental, to her impaired intellectualism, to her impaired mental abilities, to her impairment in general. One of the things that we're seeing in Trisha right now that we've never seen before is her going to therapy. But mark my words, she wants to turn this therapist into a you know, knocking boots buddy. She wants to turn this therapist, now she's talking about, oh, I hope he comes to my show, you know, because I want him to be my friend. From the beginning, she said she had a crush on this guy. From the beginning, she said she really liked him. So that's good. That's really, really good if it gets her to keep going. I don't know how, you know, I don't know him. I don't know how he feels about her. But I do want to share with you, it just came to me, this is a great story about a therapist. You guys are going to die, okay? When I was married, my husband and I were going to see this therapist. It was this man. And we were waiting in the waiting room once, and he was taking quite a long time. And, oh my God, this is a true story. You know, I can't make it up, okay? I cannot make this up. So this woman ended up walking out. And when she walked out, there was an immediate woof, you know, an immediate woof of this air that of you know, this vibration in the air of fucking, you know, there was that vibration in the air, like something wasn't happening or was happening over there. So much so that me and my ex-husband, we were just like looking at the lady. I mean, we were like speechless, like what the hell just happened there? So he called us in, and when we went in, not only was the zipper down, but on the sofa where we had to sit down, like let's say we had to sit, oh, you can't see it. Look at my chair. Like on the sofa where we had to sit down, right here, there was a round wet spot. So my husband sat on one side of the wet spot. I sat on the other side, and in the middle of us was a wet spot. That, all three of us, the therapist, my ex-husband, and I, ignored. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to bring it up. Your zipper's down, dude, and there's a wet spot. What are we supposed to do? So what is the moral of this crazy story? That's the truth. It just came to me, is that there are, you know, a lot of different therapists out there. They all work in different ways. And so you don't know. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. Now, I want you guys to let me know. I want you to let me know if you're getting some value of me making these videos on Trisha Paytas, because I'm really thinking about quitting. I really am, because I just if I get negativity from you guys, or, you know, you guys, I do get positiveness, and I want more of you guys to comment on my videos. It does make me happy. I want to know that I'm making a difference in the way you're perceiving things. I want to know that I can add value to the way you think and the way you kind of process information that's going into your head about Trisha. That's what I want to know. Here's another thing I want to say. When she had her first show, she was doing her show with Jason originally. They were going to be in Orange County. I made several videos about that, and I actually bought a ticket to go to her show. And then Jason, they got into a fight. And then Jason said, you know, I really don't want to do that. I'm not doing it. And Trisha was like, you know what? I don't know if the show's going to go on. I don't know what's happening now. Jason's pulled out. And then she came back and she said that she was going to do it. Well, with all that going on, I got a refund. I got a full refund. I said, no, I don't want to. Well, now she's coming up with this new tour that I would like to go to. But the places that I would be able to attend, which would be Southern and Northern California, those are in October. Those are the last two tour dates. And you know what? I think something might happen. I don't want to spend the money and, you know, be disappointed. October is a long ways away. We don't know what could happen, right? And my next video is going to be on the Jaclyn Hill lipsticks, because this just reminded me of Jaclyn Hill's drama. All right, you guys, let me know in the comments below how you really feel about my videos, and I will see you in my next one. Love you. Bye.